بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. So inshallah ta'ala we will continue our talk about the different sects in Islam, and as we mentioned before, this is very important for us to know, especially living at a time of fitna, a time of confusion, having so many sects and each one of them think that they are the right ones and they are the ones who are going to be entering Jannah. Of course, if somebody says, then how do you know you are the one? We say we follow Quran and Hadith, just like the Prophet ﷺ told us. Before we continue our talk about the third subgroup of Shi'a, the question about Iran and what's happening between Iran and Israel and all that. The main thing, and I normally don't like to talk much about politics, but I think this is important as well. Iran and Israel are two main powers in the Middle East, competing over territory and dominance. It's not about Iran helping the Muslims or caring for them. That's not the case, really. Basically, they poke at each other, just like the Romans and the Persians at the time of, before the time of Islam. Two big powers competing over territory. You see, Iran is occupying Iraq and Yemen and Lebanon and Syria, and they are fighting against Arabia, and they took a part of the Kuwait, the islands. So basically, Iran is a country that is looking for expansion, dominance, to resurrect their old empire, Persia, while Israel, they have their own agenda and their own dream. So both powers fight, but at the end of the day, they are not really enemies. At the end of the day, it is us, the Sunnis, the true Muslims who follow Quran and Hadith, are the ones who are paying the price and the victim in all of this. We are being crushed in between. So if Iran helps, that group in Palestine, it's not because they like them. It is because that serves their agenda. Iran killed more than 200,000 people in Syria, Muslims, Sunnis. So we need to understand that sometimes your enemy does something that you might think is helping you, but his intention is not to help you. It just happened to be this is his best interest. So that's the thing. The Iran and their party in Lebanon, they don't fight for Muslims or Sunnis or anything like that. They have their own agenda. They use their religion as a cover, as an excuse. When Iran invaded Syria, their excuse was there is Shi'a in Syria, we want to protect them. But after that, we realized that actually they were not protecting anybody. They were just expanding, taking people's houses and kicking them out of it. Basically, that's what happened. So we need to understand who is really our friend and who's not. And by the way, when the Prophet ﷺ says, by the way, when Dajjal appears, most of his followers will be the Jews of Iran. So they will be coming from Isfahan, a city in Iran. So that's where the Dajjal is going to appear, and 70,000 of the Jews of Isfahan will follow him, according to the Hadith. And today, if you find where is the most Jewish concentration, where the people live, after Israel, you will find Iran. So it's just sometimes the countries do things to make you think that they are helping you, but in reality, they don't really care about you whatsoever. Now, the third group of Shia is called Az-Zaydiyya. This one is the closest to us, to the Sunnis. They are different.